Hi guys, Angel Arts here. Um, this video is nothing video game related, as you can probably tell by the title of it. Um, any of you who have known me for a decent amount of time, whether it's through YouTube or outside of YouTube, knows that I'm a very, very open person. Uh, and there are very few things that I hold private to myself. I'm essentially an open book. Um, I'm the kind of person who loves to share everything as much as possible with my friends and my family and other people that are important to me and people that are a big part of my life. And I'd like to think that since YouTube has been a huge passion of mine over the last several years, and uh, by extension, because YouTube has been a big passion of mine, I'd like to think that you guys are an important part of my life as well, because you're taking the time not only to watch my content, but to share in the experiences, to share in the joys, to share in the tears, to share in the anger as I'm experiencing through these games. So because of that, I have no issue being completely open with you guys and sharing major parts of my life. Because again, I've always just been a very open person. And something really major happened to me yesterday. And I'm not making this video for props or recognition or anything. As I said, I'm making this video because I like sharing uh, things about my life, important things about my life, to people that I think matter, and to people that I believe um, uh, are a big part of my life. And I'd like to think that my YouTube audience, those of you who watch, are a big part of my life too. Yesterday was an incredible day. Let me just set things up for you. I was originally supposed to do a Dragon Age RPG campaign session yesterday. For those of you who have been following that, and Reclusiarch David a few weeks ago said that he had something that he needed to do on Saturday, and he had to cancel because my Saturdays essentially have been blocked out for the most part for the Dragon Age RPG. Uh, so that left my weekend wide open, and my boyfriend was telling me that two of our very mutual friends wanted to have a picnic with us, just like a double date, which is awesome because these are two people that we haven't hung out with together in a while. So I was excited. So yesterday morning, I baked like this really awesome. You know how much I love to cook. So I made um, this really awesome uh, cheddar cheese and pineapple casserole. Yeah, I like to, the foodie that I am, I like to make really weird things like that. It's good, I swear it is. But I make this casserole, and I get to the park where the picnic is, and I see all these cars uh, in the parking lot. And I mean, I didn't really think much of it when I got there. The two friends that we were supposed to have a picnic with was telling me that, oh, there's a baseball game going on right now at the park, and I mean, whatever. I didn't think much of it. So they said, we could you help us get out some chairs and stuff, I guess, from I forgot what they told me, but they wanted me to follow them into the building, like the recreation center. Um, and I walk into it, and all of a sudden I hear multitude of voices yell out surprise. And there in front of me were a ton of friends, families, coworkers. All of them were just gathered there in front of several Harry Potter themed like decorations and like character cutouts and all that good stuff. I'll get to that in a second. But yeah, there's all these people yelling surprise to me, and I'm like, it's not my birthday. What's happening? And Colin is right, my boyfriend is right there in front of me, like right in front of the crowd. And I started to put two and two together, and I mean, I was blindsided. Like, I'm sure the look on my face must have been ridiculously entertaining. And I mean, I was kind of mumbling. I was like, what? And I think the only sentence that I managed to blurt out was, I looked down at my casserole and I looked up at all the people and I said, I didn't make enough. I didn't bake enough food for all of you. was the first thing that came out of my mouth coherently. And then my boyfriend took me and put a chair in front of me and everybody else, and he started talking about how we first met. He started talking about a lot of the good times that we had together, and he showed there was like a projector screen, so he showed a song, one of the very first songs that we listened to together, which lyrics are beautiful lyrics that sort of set the stage for what was happening next. And again, you guys already know what's probably coming next for this. It was beautiful, and the entire thing was meant to be a Harry Potter themed thing, because I'm a huge I don't know if all of you know, but I'm a huge, ginormous Harry Potter fan. Even more so than Pokemon. I'm sorry, but it's the truth. I am very hardcore Harry Potter, and so basically, one of the things he did was he was talking about how when we were on our first date, the thing that really broke the ice, the subject that really got us talking for hours on our first date, was Harry Potter. And that was like the first major connection, the first thing that we kind of bonded over at the beginning of our relationship. And he had this book. The cover of it was the Sorcerer's Stone, like symbolizing the beginning of an adventure. But the inside of the actual book itself that the cover was over was, I think, Half-Blood Prince. Blood Prince. It was the book that contained the chapter The Unbreakable Vow. Whichever book that was. I'm as awesome of a Harry Potter fan as I'd like to claim to be, I can't even remember that, but I think it's Half-Blood Prince. Almost, yeah, I'm positive it is, almost. So, he opens up the book and he opens it up to the page of The Unbreakable Vow. And so the Unbreakable Vow page was on one side. On the other side, the pages were cut out, and inside, on a ribbon, hanging on a ribbon, was this ring. You can't see this very well, so I'll try to put up a close-up. But this is actually a ring that was specifically designed after the Golden Snitch, the Harry Potter Golden Snitch. And I've seen this ring before and fell in love with it instantly. I absolutely love that ring. And so he managed to get me exactly what I wanted. And he got down on one knee and he popped the question and asked me, will you marry me? And my response was, I solemnly swear that I'm up to no good. Yes. And huge applause everywhere. At that point, everything just started spinning. I think some tears were involved. There were probably some tears, and it was just incredible. Like, he totally fooled me. I did not see this coming, and I was so impressed that he was able to find all these people, their mailing addresses. I mean, my coworkers, I was like, I didn't even think he remotely had a way of contacting any of my coworkers. Even more impressive is that he actually went out of his way to contact all of the people. I believe David Anderson, Reclusi Hark, Lucky Jack, Shally, and Ray. I think he managed to contact at least two of them, if not all four of them, letting them know you know, we've been planning on having this engagement party happening on this day, on this Saturday. Can one of you please pretend that you have something going on and you can't do your session? And like, I don't know how he would have. He did a lot of sleuthing slash stalking to find out how to get in contact with those four. I believe one of my viewers, Paul Mathan, was one of the people who directed Colin to the people that he needed to talk to in my Dragon Age RPG campaign. So shout outs to Paul for doing his part on that. I'm sure there were other people, I just don't know. So if whoever you are, if you helped Colin, any of you who helped Colin with that, thank you so much. And obviously for not only helping him, but for keeping it a secret this whole time. And yeah, so Reclusiarch, he canceled on me. He canceled on me and said I can't do it, and that's what freed me up, and that was what allowed me to go to this party, which apparently him and several of my closest friends have been planning for 7 months. This is a 7-month thing. And the food was just incredible. I mean, they had one of my great friends who is an amazing she's an amazing baker. And she doesn't even have her own business even. It's really a shame because she's so talented. But she made all of these incredible Harry Potter themed desserts in addition to the lunch that we were eating, like apple treacle tarts and pumpkin pasties, and I think there were like acid pops and other things like that. It was ridiculous how much detail, even down to the text, like the font that was used to label everything was in the Harry Potter font. I was super impressed. And it did not end there. No. That was only 5% of the proposal. Like it continued, if you can believe it. So, just to give you a bit more background, one of the things that I like to do for my friends, and I've been doing it for the last 10 years, is I like to throw what I call road rally parties. I've been doing a lot of them mostly for birthdays and for other events. Road rallies are essentially, if you're thinking of The Amazing Race, it's basically that, where with like groups of people, groups of like 4 or 5 people instead of with 2 people on teams, people divide up into teams, and this is the kind of thing that I spend months planning. To like, it's a big giant glorified treasure hunt, scavenger hunt on steroids. I can't even, one of these days I'm gonna make a video probably and talk about everything that goes into these road rallies, because I think it's pretty unique, and it's something that I don't know very many people who are crazy enough to actually spend all the time to put it together. But it's crazy fun, and my friends turned around and threw one for me, because as awesome as the road rallies are, and I'm perfectly okay with this, is I never really get to play myself, because I'm the one that's organizing everything. Since I know where everything is, since I know where they have to go, you know, to find all the clues, and you know, once they find the clues, then that clue is supposed to take them to the next destination. I never really get to participate. So my boyfriend took it upon himself to put his heads together with several of my other friends, and they, as a team for the last 7 months, were making this ginormous Harry Potter themed engagement road rally party for me that lasted the whole day. And it was crazy fun, going from, like, there was like potions making events where people had to, they were like all these jars, and each jar was filled with each of these different ingredients, and you were supposed to make a potion out of it. And depending on which ingredients you used, certain ingredients gave more points than others, because certain ingredients might be a little sketchier or a little more disgusting to taste than others. But if you were able to down it and not throw up, then you got the points. That was crazy fun. The other thing that we did is we played Quidditch. I have always wanted to play Quidditch for the longest time and never had the opportunity. I actually graduated from college right after, like, there was this sudden surge of colleges across the nation, maybe even world, of teams forming in college, Quidditch teams forming in college. I totally missed that, and it was something I always wanted to do, and one of the events was a Quidditch match with everybody at the party, and it was crazy fun. There's a lot of things going on, and I might even make a separate video. I know that the entire proposal thing was recorded, so whenever I get that footage, I'll probably put it all together in case you guys are curious as to what actually happened, and you can probably see my face throughout the whole thing, from the moment that I walked in and they yelled surprise to the moment that my boyfriend asked me the question, popped the question. I'll put that up at some point if there seems to be enough interest for that, as well as pictures from the actual road rally event itself. But I mean, the whole thing went from 11:30 in the morning to 9:30 at night. It was incredible. I mean, how many people get a proposal that lasts an entire day? Like, not very many people do, that you get to share with your other friends and family. Like, this is something that was so unique and so well thought out and so us. Like, this adventure is exactly an incredible summation of our relationship and who we are. We love to entertain people. We both love to entertain people. We both love to share things with our friends and with our families and the people that we care deeply about and that are important to us. That's just the type of, I think that really greatly represented the perfect way of symbolizing the beginning of our journey, the beginning of a brand new magical journey. So yeah, I don't want this video to take too long, but I just wanted to share it with all of you, and those of you who are in a position where you might be struggling with finding a love, those of you who are trying to find love and are just having such a difficulty in it. We've all been there, you know, like in one form or another, and you know, maybe some might struggle with it a bit more than others because of specific circumstances that other people happen to be in. But I was in your position. I did not think that I would find love, and I did not think that I would ever have like the kind of day that I did yesterday. I'm not talking about like the events, all the events. I'm just talking about finding someone to have that committed, lifelong relationship with. I was losing hope as to ever finding that, and but it came. I didn't sit on my butt though. You know, I mean, you'd have to do something. You know, you can't just sit on your butt and wait for love to come to you. I mean, that's the biggest thing, the advice that you have, that I can probably give is just hang in there, hope for her love, but don't just expect it to just land on your lap. Some people that happens. For some people, by chance, you know, for whatever reason, you just run into each other and it just happens. But other times you have to you know, put yourself out there. I mean, if you don't like the bar scene, if you know, there's nothing wrong with online dating. I mean, a lot of people have found success in online dating. It's not as taboo. It's how I met my fiance, was, online. And the unfortunate thing is that for people like me in my situation, I kind of have to do things through online dating because it's really hard to do the guessing game when you're walking in a room and you have to guess which of the 1 out of 10 people in there swing in your direction. So it's extremely difficult. But you know, just hang in there, just keep your head up, and just keep the hope up that you will find love, the love that you deserve, and just realize that sometimes you have to meet them halfway. You know, sometimes you can't just wait for it to come to you. Sometimes you have to put in a little bit of effort to meet who you're supposed to be with halfway. And if you think that that person is worth it, if you think that you're worth it, then put in the effort to try to meet them halfway, because you would want that person to put in the effort to meet you halfway, because they think you're worth it. They think that you're worth the effort to do so. So anyway, that's all I really wanted to say, guys. I'm extremely excited, really happy, and I'm pumped because now my boyfriend had pretty much, you know, been in charge of the proposal. That means I get to be the one in charge of the wedding, and I am A-okay, more than okay, with being the one that's in charge of planning the wedding. I'm excited, guys. I'm so excited. Anyway, thank you guys for watching. I love you all. Thank you so much, and for all the support that you've given me throughout these years. And I hope you guys have a lovely rest of your weekend. I'll be in touch, guys. Until next time, everybody. Love yourselves. Love each other.